here I am again doing another commentary video. I've seen this situation go on for a while, and I think it's time for me to throw in my 2 cents before this thing goes wildly out of control. I'm sure most of you guys who clicked on this video already know who this monotone fuck is, but to the 2 people that don't, I'll give a brief explanation. Turkey Tom is a rapidly rising YouTuber who has this number of subs as of me recording this video. His spark to fame happened when he made his video on Kavos, a commentary channel, and 3 videos he made on the infamous Mr. Enter, a well-known cartoon reviewer. What makes Tom stand out from most channels, I guess, would be his very high editing quality and the fact he's quite young for a commentary YouTuber, though Josh takes the cake for that. I watch this guy's content on and off, and I find him to be always drastically improving with every video he makes, which is quite impressive considering his upload schedule. But despite my praise for Tom, there are a few things that I think he could do a lot better, and he could just be a little more careful on certain stuff in the future. This isn't going to be an exposed video or a video where I start calling him a liar and a terrible person. I'm simply going to give him some honest critique from someone who has been a fan of his content for a while, and I just want to see him improve. So with that said, let's get started. In all the videos he's ever made, Turkey has had the voice of someone who has just got out of bed and decided that warming up his voice is too time consuming, so he just wings it. This will result in him speaking sometimes very loudly out of nowhere or very quiet to a point where you think he just drifted off for a split second, making his audio very inconsistent.
The most extreme route. You're either far right or you're far left. People don't want to hear a moderate opinion. They don't want anyone reasonable. They want entertainment. And sure, I love a good gay frog here and there, but these probably aren't the people that we should be listening to when it comes to issues that actually matter. Really, 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 really dog shit. Like, just absolutely terrible. But now I absolutely despise it. Haha, he passed you already. Shut up, kid, you're stupid. Are you actually retarded?
It's like nails on a chalkboard. But the thing that makes this monotone voice shoot Tom in the foot is when he tries to tell jokes, because there is a high possibility that you will not be able to tell when he's joking or not. This can be a massive problem when you start telling really edgy jokes that can be very easily misinterpreted. The golden example of what I'm talking about will be his video on Mr. Enter's failed Indiegogo page, which is easily one of his worst videos, which I'll get into more later, where he makes jokes calling Enter a pedophile and that kids should stay away from him.
Ah, good. A weird, lonely, socially inept man is going to be explaining what it is like to grow up like a little girl. Well, I guess their interest in My Little Pony and dating prepubescent boys will be one thing in common. I have a feeling that Enter's idea of a thank you video was him stripping down nude and sending people pictures of his little Johnny to the kids who pay money to see his show. Mr. Enter is in the show. I didn't realize that he would be living in the same place as children. Make sure you lock your doors, kids, or John might come in and show you his erect atrocity. Entire life, and has never shown that he is capable of producing one piece of good writing, either from his reviews, his atrocious book, or his somewhat pedophilic show concept. I feel like this is Enter sort of projecting, telling his audience preemptively that he's a creep or a horrible person of some kind before he gets outed for it by someone else. I mean, not saying he is necessarily, even though he has done some rather pedophilic illustrations in his past, but just some food for thought.
While I watched the video and I knew Tom was only joking, I can very easily see someone misinterpreting that and might go to Enter's channel and start calling him stuff that is very likely not true. The simple thing that Tom could have done to avoid him looking like an absolute scumbag would be to just simply change his tone. Want an example of what I'm on about? Take the channel The Dishonored Wolf. On his channel, he makes 2 separate types of content, comedic and serious. When Wolf makes a comedy video like Media Reloaded and the occasional rant, he would make his voice higher and sound more out of breath, which makes sure that when he says something that's meant to be funny, it's blatantly obvious to his fans that he's just joking and simply being comedic.
But Media Reloaded is specifically to watch the shittiest movies ever, so sorry to break your hearts to the whole 2 people that liked this movie, but you're fucking wrong.
Whereas in his videos where he's talking about, say, politics or a seriously bad movie, he will lower his voice and talk at a steady pace. That immediately tells his audience that he's not joking around and is talking about a serious matter.
Do I really give that much of a shit about Alpha and Omega? No, of course not. They mean absolutely nothing to me. Same as with every Media Reloaded episode thus far. I don't give a shit about some god-awful animated kids movie. It's meant to be a joke.
In Tom's videos, I don't know when the fuck he's being serious or not, which makes me leave the video asking, so was he joking the whole time? Look, I'll just make it simple. Let's take a joke from one of Wolf's videos and a joke from one of Tom's videos. Which sounds more like a joke? This?
Fuck, can this guy think of literally anything but fucking a bitch? You know furry porn is readily available at your fingertips, right? At least frisky furry fox boys won't break your heart or nothing, you can just fuck it!
Or this.
And despite what you may think from the title and my track record discussing this creature, I do not intend to further the bandwagon in any way during this video.
See what I mean? What I think is the weirdest thing Turkey Tom has ever done is that he's actually once acknowledged the fact that his personality is close to being non-existent, and he had this to say for it.
And I think to be a good or at least entertaining YouTuber, you need to at least have good editing or a good personality. My personality is alright, but I acknowledge that it is somewhat lacking, which is why I edit the shit out of my videos, or at least try to make them visually appealing, because I find it necessary to maintain an audience, and I think it makes my content more respectable, honestly.
No. No, it fucking doesn't. So that will be my first critique to Turkey Tom. Drop the monotone voice and have a little more personality. You're not a channel that was born because of your lack of voice range, so I think adding a little more spice to your voice will only make your content much better. What is easily the most popular content on Tom's channel are his videos where he's criticizing other YouTubers and bringing up arguments/cases to make them look bad. This is where Turkey Tom's channel takes a massive nosedive for me, because these videos can be some of his most lackluster and downright hypocritical videos he's ever made. So I'm going to do something Turkey Tom for some reason finds to be a very hard thing to do. Give some context. Okay, cool. Nice one, manga artist, fucking retard. So I'm going to do something Turkey Tom for some reason finds to be a very hard thing to do, give some context, and that's sweet, sweet proof. Let me present my following cases. Date: August 7th, 2018. Video: The Odd Ones Out, Tim Tom, Speechy, and Tabs. Criticism not welcome. Accusation: Speechy can't take criticism. Objection: lack of context.
Okay, so, like I said before, I couldn't join the Speechy Discord because she disabled invites and removed every link on all of her accounts, but I could get into the Discord she runs with her boyfriend, Papa Timmy. I was very nice, I was very polite as I stated before, I just asked some questions, and I was banned 3 minutes later. Real classy, Speechy, real classy.
Bullshit. You provoked Speechy a few days earlier making fun of her weight, went into her server, broke the rules, got rightfully banned, and then went to your video and said you understood her pain of being a thick boy and saying you were banned for no honest reason. Dude, did you fucking look at what you showed in your own video? That is the definition of starting drama if there ever was one. You constantly parade in your video that Speechy cannot take criticism, yet you were the one that provoked her and she acted like how any other person would react to something like that. Your lack of self-awareness is kind of astounding. If you want a more in-depth look at this situation, please go check out Manga Common's video. He did a fantastic job of ripping Tom a new one. Date: December 24th, 2017. Christmas Eve of all times, my god. Video: The Problems with Kavos. Accusation: He will only ever try to criticize the content people make and never the actual person. Objections: Hypocrisy and lack of proof. This is something which, while I find very entertaining, I do not think I will ever do myself, and that is at the end of the day not the main goal of this video. The objections do not relate to the actual video where he says this. It's his videos that were later to come out that makes what he says complete and utter bullshit. Obviously, I do not hate Alex, or him as a person anyway. If I'm being honest, he actually seems like a pretty nice guy. I do not hate him as a person. Yet I'm going to call him a liar, a manipulator, and try to paint him as this evil bitch. And despite what you may think from the title and my track record discussing this creature, I do not intend to further the bandwagon in any way during this video or create lots of unnecessary hate or drama towards Enter. Yet I'm perfectly willing to shit all over his dreams, call him untalented, and proceed to jokingly call him a pedophile without even thinking of the notion that some people on the internet are absolute idiots. Or 13-year-olds, as you would say way too fucking often. Yes, the gay furry defends his actions. That will not change the fact that Digi is a pedophile. However, to the best of my knowledge, he has never acted on his urges to slip in between the bedsheets with a minor, which is definitely not as bad as simply having a sexual attraction to kids, but it's still disgusting. I tried to not only make Digibro out to be a pedophile without any proof, lolicon is a very 50-50 topic, but do absolutely no research aside from rating the most basic information and even throw Your Movie Sucks into the mix. And just to add the cherry on top of this already dog shit video, I'm going to unintentionally dox Digibro. You know, something you were highly against? And as proof, they even left a link to where he lives. Now, I won't reveal where he lives as I am highly against doxing, and I also will not leave a link to the post in the description because I do not want this guy to be harassed or anything. If you want to do some digging yourself to find the post and get the address, then it's all up to you, but I don't encourage it and I do not support it. But without further ado, let's get into the post. Come on, dude, you're better than this. Date: When he started attacking commentary channels. Video: Same as the date. Accusation: Commentary channels do very poor research. Objection: You guessed it, Hypocrisy. Thank God I only found one example of you doing this. For someone who constantly says that people need to do more research in their videos, you tend to get a lot of stuff wrong yourself to make your points more valid in one certain video. Oh yes, you know exactly what video I'm talking about. Take Digibro. Once again, you came into this video criticizing an anime YouTuber, a genre of content you claim to not be a fan of, so already you have a bit of a bias. And like my case before, you used a website that talks about lolcows, sites that are specifically designed to make people look like the worst human beings on the planet, further boosting your bias towards Digi. Look, I'm not here defending Digibro, in fact I hate him just as much as Tommy Boy here, but the fact that Tom didn't clarify things before releasing the video and even taking back the claim that Digi is a pedo, which is like 40% of his video, just leaves his case as being, well, very flawed. So that will be my second critique. If you're going to step into such dangerous waters, you better make sure that you know what you're talking about. That includes giving context, show said context so people can't say you're lying, and just prove it. Give us proof. With these criticisms, will I unsubscribe from Turkey Tom? Will I ever be able to look at his content the same way again without a spiteful eye? Will I see him as another falling titan just waiting to crash and burn? No. No, I won't. Like what I said before, Tom, at the end of the day, is still quite young, and for a commentary channel that has gained this much traction in such a short time, he's bound to make mistakes, and he will fuck up on some points in his video, but I do see that he is improving. It does take balls to shout such opinions on the internet, and the fact that he kept his most hated videos up while also not disabling the comments is quite commendable, and it shows he's open to criticism. I'm sure that I could have been way harsher in this video and could have called Tom some really fucking evil things, but aside from the fact that Tom no longer has the power to call me a 13-year-old, if you want to criticize someone, my opinion is that you should approach it in a respectful manner, and I still have a lot of respect for Tom, and I just want to see him improve later on. Aside from his polarizing popular videos, he does make very good content, and he's a channel that I would really recommend. If he just fixes up what I said in this video, I'm sure that he will have a very successful and healthy career in the near future. My name is Manga Artist, and Tom, I wish you the best of luck.